Do you have a message and a burning desire to share on stage?
Are you struggling to create success as a speaker?
Do you feel confused about what steps to take next?
You are not alone.
Imagine having a clear path to your success.
The opportunity to make a profound impact on audiences.
And the gratification of speaking on stages around the world.
The time is now to fulfill your destiny.
Welcome to the Speakers Pathway Coalition,
a passionate team of mentors dedicated to revealing the quickest path to the stage.
Step into our resourceful, collaborative, and nurturing community.
Our culture is designed to move, touch, and inspire your greatness.
Join us now.
Hey, this is Don McGrath, and I'm here with my good friend Jim Grant to welcome you to the Speakers Pathway Coalition Launch Series. And we're so excited to be here with you today on this first day of our launch. So Jim and I, we met a couple of years ago, and we were at a speaker training event, and we saw just a need. We saw a need out there. We saw people struggling. And so we decided, we took it upon ourselves to become part of the solution. And we created the Speakers Pathway Coalition. And our mission is to provide support and leadership to entrepreneurs looking to accelerate their speaking expertise in order to grow their business and share their message. So what we're here to do today is we're gonna share with you our contribution to this, which is the first in a series of 6 webinars that are going to be content filled. So in this series, here's what you'll learn. So Jim and I are kicking this off today with how to grow your business or cause by sharing your message through speaking without breaking the bank and quitting out of frustration. And then tomorrow, you'll hear how to jumpstart your brand in 10 easy steps. Just tons of information about branding from Preston Martelli and Dr. E.J. Johnson. Now, these co-presenters, the presenters over the next 6 days, are people that Jim and I recruited to be our executive training directors. Because Jim and I knew we don't know all the answers. We don't have all the information. So we recruited 8 subject matter experts to help us create this coalition. And so that's who you'll be hearing from over the next 6 days. On Wednesday, you'll get how to create amazing videos using just your smartphone without having years of experience in video production. And that's coming from Koji Samalde and Monique Johnson. And on Thursday, how to get in front of people ready to hear your message to grow your community or business. And that's Tamara Hunter and Bill Heinrich. And then Friday, shortcut to your spotlight, creating the roadmap, presented by Gigi Ames and Dr. Sony Jackson. And on Saturday, how to take your speaking to the next level without spending tens of thousands of dollars and years of your time. So all 10 of us are going to be on there. Jim and I, as well as the 8 executive training directors, and we'll be talking about how to grow your speaking business, again, without going broke and save you lots of time. So tons of value over the next 6 days. And Jim and I are here to kick this party off. So we'll be sharing with you from our experiences and all the things that we went through, how to grow your business by sharing your message through speaking. So if you've in the past, if you have a message and in the past you've tried to share it through speaking and you didn't get anywhere and you got frustrated, well, don't worry. It's okay. Because today we're going to show you what we know about how to change that. We're going to show you how the things that we've learned. We're going to share with you 3 secrets that we learned, very valuable secrets about growing your business through speaking.
Absolutely, because just as Don said, we want to show you how to grow your business through speaking without breaking the bank and quitting out of frustration. Don and I can share with you, and we can, from our experience, we have spent tens of thousands of dollars on these high level courses, being trained by some of the best trainers in the world. And you know, after it was all done, we got our certificate and we're out the door. But with us, we want to help you, take you by the hand and show you how you can grow your business through speaking, and you will not break your bank. And we tell everyone, you are an expert. You truly are. There is something very, very special that only you have. I like to use the example of the fingertips. You know, your fingerprints are unique to you. That's how special you are. No one else has your fingerprints, and no one else has your specific message that you need to bring to the world.
But before we really kick this off, we have a few rules. I know we don't always like rules, but we have to have a few of them. First of all, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is about bringing your authentic self, bringing your message to the world and helping people. This isn't a do nothing but click a button and make money on the internet. That's not what we're about. This is about, again, bringing your authentic message, the specialness, that expert, that genius that Jim talked about, and solving problems for people. So it's not about clicking a button, making money. I know there's a lot of people out there teaching those things. It ain't us. And this is not for people who are only out for themselves and want to make a profit without helping others. That's not it either. In fact, I think it was Zig Ziglar who summarized it way better than I could ever say it, and I hope I get it right. He said, you can get anything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what they want and what they need. I think that sums it up. I truly, truly believe in this. So if you're ready to do the work, if you're ready to help other people, and if you're ready to get started, then you're in the right place. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you're ready. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you're ready to do these things and get started.
I see some ones coming in for you, Don.
Oh, excellent. So our goal is to show you how to save tons of money and get results in growing your business or cause. And if you stay to the end, we'll send you our How to Grow Your Business Through Speaking training. This is a valuable video training about how to grow your business through speaking, where Jim and I share even more information, more nuggets about what we've learned over, I don't know, the past decades about the speaking business. And with your permission, we'll also make you a very special offer that we think is just going to help you to pour rocket fuel on growing your business through speaking. So what makes this different? You may have seen other webinars. What really makes this different is that this is a series of 6 webinars with 10 subject matter experts that are we're just gonna bring tons of content, and we're coming from the heart. You might have got by the tone already that Jim and I and the executive training directors, we just want to help you. We just want to help you. This is coming from our heart. So we're going to deliver a ton of value over the next 6 days. So my request from you is turn off your notifications, shut your door, turn off your cell phone so you can get no distractions, so you get full value of what we're going to all deliver, and get out your pen and paper. Are you ready? Ready to get started? Give me a 1 in the chat box if you're ready to get started.
I see some ones. They're ready. Let's do it.
All right.
I'd like to introduce you to my good friend, Don McGrath. Don and I, as Don said, we met a couple of years ago. And when we first met, he found out I was a Vietnam veteran, and I found out his father was a prisoner of war. And that's what started the bond of our friendship. But Don and his credentials, he's an award-winning speaker. He's been trained by some of the top speakers in the world. And he's been able to turn his knowledge and passion into a profitable business. Don is very well known for being a world expert as a rock climbing coach. He even wrote a book on that to help people overcome the obstacles in their mind, just like they must overcome the obstacles of climbing a big, tall rock. He's a leading authority on overcoming fear and high performance. He's an author of 6 books. 4 of the books that he has written have become bestsellers. And Don has spent, like me, a lot of money over the last 9 years to achieve this success that he has reached. He has spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and we don't want you to have to go through all that heavy expense. That's why we created the Speakers Pathway Coalition.
Thank you, Jim. I'm humbled. I'm blushing over here. Thank you so much for that very, very kind introduction. And I'd like to introduce my great friend, Jim Grant. He's an experienced leader and coach. He's a certified speaker. He's been speaking for decades. He's a certified instructor in the U.S. Army. So he's trained, I don't know, thousands of soldiers. So he's undergone some of the strictest training and become a very, very disciplined instructor and trainer. He's a retired master sergeant from the U.S. Army. So I think he's seen some trials, and that's how we learn. And beyond that, he's a founder of a very successful manufacturing business that he learned a lot of great lessons about what it takes to run your business. So he brings not only his leadership experience, not only his speaking experience, not only his instructor experience, and not only the battle-tested leadership skills to the coalition, but he also brings the business skills. And I will just tell you this, that I can think of very few people on the earth that I know that have a heart as big as Jim Grant. So I am absolutely thrilled to be associated with the man, and I'm so happy that our paths crossed to create the Speakers Pathway Coalition.
Thank you, Don. And it's also our privilege and my privilege right now to introduce you to our 8 executive training directors. Each one was handpicked by Don and I because of 2 things, because of their heart and because of their specialty. Because when we created the Speakers Pathway Coalition, we needed a team of subject matter experts. Is it okay if I share a little secret about Don and myself with you? We didn't know everything. No one does. And so these 8 executive training directors have really been a blessing to us, and they will be a blessing to you. On the upper left, we have Dr. E.J. Johnson. He is an excellent speaker. He's great at storytelling, teaching you how to tell stories to help you connect with your audience. He's a specialist in copywriting, and he is just a joy and a jubilee to be around. My good friend, Gigi Ames. Gigi, I got to share a little story about Gigi. When Don and I first asked her to become an executive training director, she was going through some tremendous trials in her life. She had just lost her home in Hawaii to the volcano. She was living out of a suitcase. She was living in Iowa with her son. And she's an expert in internet marketing and Instagram. But when Don and I talked to her about becoming an executive training director, she said yes. She saw the big picture. She didn't focus on her temporary short-term problems. And Tamara Hunter, what a wonderful, beautiful lady. I just get so inspired about Tamara because she created a movement of nonprofits. She knows how to build a nonprofit cause. She's a cancer survivor, and she comes with a tremendous amount of heart and passion. And she displays that every time you meet her, and most importantly, she's there to help you. Preston Martelli. When you talk about branding and everything internet, trust me, everything internet, Preston is your guy. He has helped us with our website. He is a subject matter expert. He actually, in his coaching, he will take a look at your website and give you some pointers too. Think about the value of that. In the lower left-hand corner, Monique Johnson, such a bubbly personality. She's twice as beautiful on the inside she is on the outside. She is a video marketing expert. She's a social media guru. And when you see her, and the gentleman next to her, Koji Samaldi, they'll be teamed up about video production and photography and how all this ties together. You will be electrified. And the lady, Sony Jackson, talk about marketing funnels. She is an expert at that. And Bill Heinrich, he's a high-level business coach and transformation individual. He helps you to discover your why. And think of these 8 executive training directors as your personal team to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. And just like Don and I, if by chance you don't know everything, you've got a team of subject matter experts at your fingertips. And it's my distinct pleasure to share with you Dr. E.J. Johnson, our Executive Training Director. This is his why. Please listen to his words.
The why. Why am I here? Why am I part of this group? Why this group specifically? Why the Speakers Pathway Coalition? The why is the reason you're watching this video. If you're seeing this right now, you have a desire to share your purpose with the world. You have a desire to bring forth a message, a skill, a gift, talent. Your why is the reason I'm here. You see, I have a skill, a gift, a talent that's emerging every day, growing, expanding every day, and that skill has led me to my life's purpose, which is being a beneficial presence on this planet and supporting everyone who has a dream to realize that. So that's my why. What's your why?
That's an amazing why, isn't it, Don?
We are so blessed to have Jay on the team. He's brilliant, and we're so blessed to have him and the others on board. So, you know, for Jim and I to get to where we are today, we did a lot of things right. And I can speak for myself that, you know, I worked really hard. I really worked very hard on achieving all the things that I've achieved, and I never gave up. It was tough sometimes. I'd wake up early in the morning before my wife got out of bed, and I'd go to bed long after she did sometimes. So it was hard. I sought training. I sought coaches. I really, really did a lot of things right. But you know what? I also did a lot of things wrong. You know, I spent a lot of money on what I like to call the 7-figure workshops, and because they promised to teach me the one thing that I needed, the missing key, the missing link, because I knew I had done all this work, but they would promise the missing link, like this one thing, it's going to unlock the floodgates. You know what? They never did. They never did. And so, you know, I did go through frustration. Hey, if you've ever gone to one of these 6-figure, 7-figure, N-figure, whatever the figure is, a workshop that promised a lot, and you were so hopeful that it was going to be the thing that was going to unlock the gates, and you didn't get what you expected, give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1. Tell me that I'm not the only person who has had this experience.
I'm seeing ones. I'm seeing yes, been there, done that.
Got the T-shirt, right?
Yeah. Well, the one person said he didn't get the T-shirt.
So he did that, but he didn't get the T-shirt. Well, you know, after going through this and going through for quite a number of years, I learned some very important lessons. And I'm going to share a few of them with you right now. Speaking is a powerful tool. If you're looking to grow your business or cause, speaking is a powerful tool. It's a great way to reach many, many people and move them to action. So speaking can be extremely powerful. Also, if you speak, you also have the opportunity not just to monetize your message through speaking, but there's a lot of ways to monetize your message off the stage too. And we'll be sharing some of those later in this presentation. And I also learned that 7-figure workshops, they deliver in seven figures all right. Unfortunately, they're all zeros most of the time. So here's some important lessons that I learned that I'm sharing with you. And, you know, we discovered this the hard way. Jim and I and the executive training directors, we've been together, we've met, we broke bread together, and we all shake our heads like this, you know, because, yeah, we've all been there. It's just not Jim and I. This is the whole team. But see, because you're on today, because you're part of this webinar series, because you took the action to sign up for this, you get to cheat. and you get to do this a much, much easier way. First, I want to share you the real full thing we see as the hard way. So when you want to speak, when you really want to take advantage of speaking and use it to grow your business, many people try to speak without being trained. And I did myself. I mean, I went out when my first books came out. I tried to go out and speak, and guess what? I didn't make any sales. I didn't get any results. And so what did I do? Well, I went to a really expensive speaker training and I got the skills. I said, yeah, this is it. I laid out a ton of money, but I knew in my heart it would return. But you know what? It didn't. And I couldn't find speaking. I had the skills, I had the knowledge, I had the skills, but I couldn't get the stages. I wasn't getting any results. And so the solution that I came across next was I went to another even more expensive speaker training, and my pockets were getting empty. And you know what? Unfortunately, I still didn't get any results. And unfortunately, too many of us, and this is a big reason that Jim and I started the Speakers Pathway Coalition, is people run out of money, and their dreams get crushed, or they quit out of frustration or desperation, and it just breaks our heart. So this is the hard way. So my question to you is, do you want the easy way that gets you there faster with less frustration, that can save you just a ton of money? So do you want that? If so, give me a yes, give me a 1, give me something in the chat to let me know that you've been there, you've done that, you want this, you want the easy way now.
You're getting 1s and yeses and yes, and because we know how you feel. We truly do.
Absolutely. And you know, in the past year, we've helped many people finally get their traction in their business with their speaking. And you know what? They didn't have to spend a ton of money. And I would like to share with you Monique Johnson. This is another one of our executive training directors. Let's hear what she has to say about her why.
Hi, my name is Monique Johnson, and I'm a part of the Speaker Pathway Coalition. So when it comes to speaking, I can recall I have been deathly afraid of public speaking. And I'm one of those people. When it comes to speaking, it really starts on the inside. It's not what is on the outside. It's not the flashiness of being in front of large crowds. It's not the flashiness of what people are saying on social media and the hashtags, and they're tagging you and taking all these pictures. That's all great. But for me, it's all about the inside, the personal growth, because if there's growth going inside, there's growth that will exude out into the energy that I give when I'm speaking to people. So Speakers Pathway Coalition is an amazing organization that I'm so proud of being a part of, where there's individuals literally all over the US and internationally. We have come together to create this amazing opportunity to help people.
And we are so very blessed to have Monique as part of the team. She has the heart and she has the skills that we're looking for. So, you know, so far in this webinar, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, it's nice to know about you guys. It's nice to know about Speakers Pathway. It's nice to meet some of these people, but you came here to learn, right? You didn't just come here to learn about Jim and my story. You know, as they say in the speaking, I was taught this by Les Brown. I trained directly with Les Brown. He said, you know, when you tell a story, when you tell your story, people don't care about your story. They care about seeing themselves in your story. So we're going to get to the quick of it right now. We're going to share with you 3 valuable secrets about using speaking to grow your business. Are you ready? All right. Just give me a 1 in the chat box if you're ready. Give me a ready in the chat box.
I'm seeing 1s and I'm seeing ready.
All right, let's rock it. All right, so we're going to give you the 3 secrets, and then we're going to go in each one. Okay, so the first secret, I'll share with you the biggest thing speakers get wrong and what they should change. Secret number 2, the number one reason most entrepreneurs fail and how you can avoid this. Secret number 3, the most neglected and yet the most critical aspect of your business. Let's jump right into secret number 1. So secret number 1, the biggest thing speakers get wrong and what they need to change. So the number one thing that I see and Jim sees with speakers is they say, pay me to speak, pay me to speak. Hey, I got a great message. I got a story. I want to be paid to speak. I see Tony Robbins and I say, this is who I want to be. I want to be paid to speak. And that's great. I mean, we all want that, right? It's really fun when you're on that keynote and you are the center and you got your expenses paid and you got some cash and you get to use that money to help other people. That's wonderful. But that kind of stage, we call that a keynote stage or a paid stage. That is the hardest stage to get. That is the hardest stage to get. So if you're early on in your speaking career, do you want to start with the hardest stage to get or the easiest stage to get? That's give me a hard or easy in the chat box.
I'm seeing easy. I'm seeing easy. Easy, 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 easy.
So we know we should start it. We know we should start it the easy way, right? It's a pathway. You walk your pathway till you can get to that point and you have the skills and the collateral to get this stage. So right now, Jim and I are going to share with you some really, really valuable information. This information I paid thousands and thousands of dollars to learn in various workshops, all right? So there are actually 5 types of stages to grow your business or cause. And the first one we just talked about, right? That's the paid to speak or keynote stage. That's where someone invites you to an event to share your story with people. That's it. They pay you money to share your story. You can't sell things from the stage. You often can't collect leads. They paid you in exchange for your time and your information to come and entertain their audience. And from what I've seen, the little surveying I've done with people, great speakers can get paid up to $15,000 per talk. Less experienced speakers get paid less, sometimes just their expenses. Okay, and what do you need to book this kind of stage? You need a strong speaking brand. You have to have all the things that you need in place that show that you know how to speak. And you also have to have referrals. You have to speak on big stages and then have the event organizer saying, hey, you got to have this person. So it's a pretty small industry. And when you knock it out of the park, people are going to be talking about you. And so referrals are an incredible part. Okay, this is the most difficult kind of stage in terms of difficulty. Okay, next down is the revenue share stage. This is where an event organizer has you on their stage. You get to sell your product or service from the stage, and you give them a portion of your sales in exchange for you getting the opportunity to be in front of their audience. It's a win-win. Now, you can sell up to tens of thousands of dollars. I think it's not uncommon for people to sell tens of thousands of dollars worth of their goods or services from the stage. But what you need, this is what makes it, this makes it kind of hard, right? You need a great talk, and there's no getting around being great on any of this. Okay, you have to have something to sell. Here's the hard one. You have to have a demonstrated ability to close, because no event organizer is going to give you their stage over, if you don't know how to close, and you don't have a demonstrated ability to close, he's not going to choose you over somebody he knows, right? Because he or she, because they are going to get a portion of the proceeds. So you have to have a demonstrated ability to close. So that's why I say not as hard as the paid to speak, but you got to have your game on getting revenue share stages. Then there's pay to speak or sponsored stages. Let me pause here for a second. I'm giving you the fire hose. I'm just going at it because we got a lot of information. I want to pause there. Is this useful information? If this is useful information, give me a want more. Give me a want more in the chat. Give me a yes. Give me a great. Give me a something.
I'm seeing yeses, Don. I'm seeing they want more. Yes, 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 yes.
All right, great. I wanted to make sure, if we weren't getting value out of that, I was going to skip on and move to the next thing. But the next is the sponsored or pay to speak stage. This is where you pay a sum of money to the event organizer, and in exchange, you get to get on their stage and sell your goods and services. So and to them, it doesn't matter if you sell $1 or $10,000, that you're paying them up front. Okay. So people it regularly sell tens of thousands of dollars from the stage. Again, you have to have the right product delivered with a pitch, the right pitch, deliver the right way in front of the right audience at the right time. So all those things have to come together to sell. I don't want to minimize how hard that is, but you can make up to tens of thousands of dollars. It's commonly done. What do you need? You need a great talk. You need something to sell, and you need money to pay to the meeting organizer. That can range $3,000 to $5,000 to get that on that stage. I call this low to medium because the event organizer doesn't have anything to risk on you, right? You don't have that you don't have to have the demonstrated ability to close. He just wants to make sure you're not going to flop on him and people aren't going to complain about you, right? Because the event organizer got their money. Okay, and I have opportunities all the time that come across my way, and these are a great way to get great collateral. And Jim and I actually put together a course about winning stages and what each one of these stages, what you need to get on each one of these stages, and then not only that, but how to optimize and how you can get the most out of these. And there's all kinds of things that you can get out of being on a pay-to-speak stage that can boost your speaking business like crazy. So that's in our course. The next type of stage is a free stage. This is where somebody just invites you to come speak to their audience, and they don't pay you a dime. You don't pay them a dime. They just want you to come and share information with their audience. Now, often they won't allow you to sell anything from the stage. They'll often let you collect leads, but sometimes you can, but often you can't sell. So what do you need to get to book a free stage? You need a great talk. Don't go out on any stage, give a poor talk. You need a great talk. You need something to sell, because eventually you would like to sell to these people, right? And it's not uncommon to sell tens of thousands of dollars from a free stage on the back end. And on the back end, I mean, you gather people's contact information, you follow up with them, and when the time is right, when they need your goods or services, they'll buy from you, right? So that's what you need, and this is a very easy stage to get on. I guarantee you, and Jim talked about this in our Winning Free Stages course, that there are hundreds of these stages every week in your town, unless you live like 100 miles from anywhere. If you have any kind of population, I guarantee you there's hundreds of these stages every week that you could use. Okay, the last type of stage that I'll talk about is your own stage. This is where you put on an event. You put on the event yourself. You got the show. You make the rules. You do anything you want. You can earn up to tens of thousands of dollars in sales. Again, right pitch, right time, put on the right way, right audience. What do you need? You need a great talk. In this case, the hard part about this is you supply the audience. You're the one who gets the hearts and seats. So this is what makes this more of a challenging stage than a free stage, is you have to do the work to get people. But here's the thing is, when you get them in the chairs, you already know who they are. So, it's like if you invited people who you know need your goods and services, it's a great audience. And obviously you need something to sell. So in the speaker's pathway, if you don't have a lot of experience, Jim and I, our strong feeling is you start with what's easy. You start with the free stage and your own stage, and you walk that pathway and you take those steps to get to those other stages. Right, Jim? Anything to add?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Don, because a lot of people, when we talk about free stages, they overlook the importance of that, because if you're speaking in front of a Lions Club or Kiwanis Club, you're speaking in front of the civic leaders. Think about that. That's why business people a lot of times belong to these clubs, because it is a networking place, a place where they can generate future sales. So have that mindset. Be sure and take your business cards, and be sure and take your brochures, and hang around at the end and have some coffee with them, or just be available in the back for people to be able to speak with you.
Wow, Jim, what you just said was so powerful. And I don't know if people got it. If not, I want you to grab your pen and your paper and write this down. The leaders and organizers of those free stages are community leaders. They are community leaders. They know people. That was a knowledge bomb, Jim. Thank you so much for dropping that one on us. All right, I want to talk about Another stage, another kind of stage that's often overlooked by speakers. And this is probably the most profitable stage. You know, one of the gurus in running webinars, Russell Brunson, I went to one of his trainings one time and he said, if he was in a pinch, if he needed money, if some catastrophe happened where he needed to raise $100,000, the first thing he would do is run a webinar. That's how powerful this is. It's the profitable virtual stage. So what do you do here? You run a free webinar. You provide information like Jim and I are doing today. You have to have people to come, right? You have to have people attend your webinar. So who do you invite? Your tribe. These are people who follow you, people on your email list, people you know through social media, people who you just know. There's paid traffic. You can run ads. Or you can partner with someone else and invite people from someone else's tribe attend your webinar. They attend the webinar, you add value, you offer them to want more of you, to buy a product or service, and whether they do or whether they don't, you keep track of them and you build that relationship with them. Because you know what? If somebody bought from you, there's a pretty good chance if you continue that relationship, they'll purchase from you again. You think it's easier to sell a product or service to someone who's already bought from you or someone who's not bought from you? Give me the answer to that question in the chat.
Yeah, if you think it's somebody that's already bought for you, give us a 1. Hey, I'm seeing ones come in. They get it done.
Yeah,
they get it.
By far. So you have to nurture these relationships. It's not about being some snake oil salesman, about, hey, here's some lotion, like Jim says, lotion, potion, or pill. No, this is how do I add value to your life? That's the spirit. How do I add value to your life? Okay, so to run a webinar and make money on using webinars, what do you need? Obviously, you need something to sell. You need a product. You need the traffic. You need a powerful webinar. In fact, we have a course in Speakers Pathway Coalition about creating great webinars. And you need a customer relationship management process. And that's where the nurturing comes in. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later in this presentation. Also, you know, just when you can monetize your message through speaking, but if that's all you do, you're leaving a lot on the table. A lot on the table. These are just some examples. You can monetize your message by helping people through workshops, coaching programs, physical products, and that's a picture of one of my physical products on the left there, masterminds, events, books, and online courses. So I hope this just opened your mind up to what you can create. It's all up to you. So I'd like to share with you Preston Martelli, another one of our executive training directors, about his why.
Hey guys, how you doing? Here at the Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs. Feeling, absolutely so overjoyed with gratitude and feeling, really amazing about everything happening right now. I got to tell you a little bit about my story about, how I got here and why I think this is absolutely amazing. I've been pretty blessed. I've been working in the online world for a few years right now. I actually get it. I get the basics of getting a business online, what you need to do to be able to achieve your goals, whatever they are. You ever seen those puzzle pieces with like 1,000 pieces in front of you, and you have all the pieces to the puzzle, all the tools in front of you, but you can't figure out where to start. You don't know where the corners are, the edges. You have no strategy of getting it done. That's exactly how I felt for a long time, until I sat down and I got a bigger picture. Somebody who went through my path before was able to sit back and look at the entire map and tell me that, okay, you got to start with the edge, start with the corners, and move to the middle until you have the whole puzzle built out, right? That's what I want to help you with.
And again, we are so blessed to have Preston on the team with us.
Absolutely. And before I get into secret number 2 there real quickly, I just want to point out that what Don just covered was extremely valuable, because Don and I have seen speakers who think, hey, all I got to do is just show up and my phone's going to ring. People are going to, want me to speak. But you've got to have some way of contacting people, nurturing people. And that's what the Speakers Pathway Coalition, that's our specialty. That's what we do. Secret number 2, the number 1 reason most entrepreneurs fail. And would you like to know how you can avoid this major pitfall? Written goals. This really blew me away when I first read this because this was a study that was done at Harvard Business School. Notice what it says there. 84% of graduates, they didn't have any specific goals at all. That kind of shocked me. 13%, well, they had goals, yes, dreams, but they were not written down. And only 3% of the graduates of Harvard Business School knew they should write down their goals and implement a strategy, a pathway, if you may, to accomplish these goals.
Is that when I heard this too, Jim, I was like, really? Wouldn't you think the graduates in the Harvard Business School would be some of the most goal-oriented people on the planet?
Absolutely, because what really blew me away was that, this is Harvard Business School. What did they teach them in business school, It's kind of like going to a high-dollar speaking school. What did they teach you there? They give you a false hope or something, But here's what's really shocking. Notice the results of this study. The 3% who had written goals were actually earning, on an average, of 10 times as much as the other 97%. Now, what's interesting here, all the students basically paid out the same amount of money. But the ones who had written down their goals, the ones who had a pathway and a strategy to accomplish their goals, those 3%, they earned as much as 10 times as much as the other 97%. Now, let me ask you a question. If all it takes for you to be successful is to have a goal, write it down, and implement a pathway in your life to accomplish that, would you like to be in the 3% group? If so, give me a 1. You see any 1s there, Don?
1s, yep. Oh, yeah, here they come. Here they come. Oh, yeah, a bunch of 1s, Jim. That's awesome.
Absolutely. This is a wonderful picture that really describes what we're about, the Speakers Pathway Coalition. This is a path this young lady is going to take. She doesn't want to trip and fall. She doesn't want to wander off to the left or right. That's why there's railings there. But she's already made up her mind. Her goal is to reach the top. And she's willing to invest in time and energy and effort to take it step by step by step. And here at the Speakers Pathway Coalition, she does not have to make that pathway up to the top alone. She's going to have 8 executive training directors. She's going to have Don and myself there. And we represent the guardrails or the handrails on the side to make sure she stays on her path, to ensure that she remains in the 3%. Because that's what it's about. You've got to be able to write down your goals, and you got to be able to implement a pathway and a strategy. And that's the value of the 8 executive training directors and Don and myself, to help you go step by step by step. You won't trip or fall. You won't wander off and get lost. You can make it to the top if that's what you desire. This lady here, Dr. Michelle Post, she describes a minimum viable product. And her quote is, or what she told us was, I have so much content and I was just overthinking it. Once I focused on the MVP, I started moving quickly. What in the world is she talking about here? This doctor, she had all this wonderful, amazing content. She had a warehouse of content, you might say. But she could not get anyone interested enough to just buy one little minimum viable product from her. Once she realized that and she implemented a plan, a strategy, a pathway to help her get to customers and establish a rapport with their customers, just like we said earlier, whenever someone buys one thing from you and it produces a lot of value in their life and they trust you and they know that you are a subject matter expert, they will come back and try and other products that you've got for sale. But if you try to sell the entire content to them at one time, they're going to go, oh, no, I don't want that. Number one, they can't afford it. Number two, they don't have the time for it. So focus on the minimum viable product. Focus on how you can be a blessing to others with your special message. Also, you got to have a coach. That's why Don and I knew that we needed some expert executive training directors, because Don and I didn't know it all. And they've been a blessing to us, because a study done at Price Waterhouse Coopers, this is another study that we looked at. They surveyed companies that regularly used coaching. The result, as far as a return on their money, they were getting 7 times on average a return on the investment. That meant for every dollar they spent, they got $7 in return. 25% of these companies, they reported a return of investment between 10 times and up to 50 times. A coach, an executive training director to you is priceless. I like to use the analogy of the baseball pitcher when he goes into the bullpen before he goes out on the game, gets in the game. He goes to the bullpen, he warms up. There's a coach there, a pitching coach, to see whether or not his mechanics is right, see if he's doing something wrong, and that coach will give him on-spot correction. Now with you, with the executive training directors, you will receive 16 hours minimum. You're going to get coaching every week. This will enable you to get the best return of investment on your investment with the Speakers Pathway Coalition. Let me ask you a question. How does that sound to you? Am I making sense to you? If that sounds good, if I'm making sense, please give me a 1 in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Here they come. There's always a bit of a delay, but here they come. We got them. The fountain of ones are coming in. You're right on, Jim.
Great. Thank you, Don. I have the distinct pleasure to introduce you to Mr. Bill Heinrich, Executive Training Director. He's a high-level business coach, and I'll just say this before we play his live video. If you have a 5-minute conversation with Bill, you're going to come away a much better person. Listen to his wife, please.
Welcome to the Speakers Pathway Coalition. I wanted to share with you for just a couple of seconds why I'm here and why I'm one of the executive training directors. I'm a high-level business coach. My specialty is showing people their life purpose, how to identify it, how to access it, and how to express it through authentic self-expression. So I came this weekend and got to meet the rest of the team. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity to join this group. This is an all-star group that's only interested in giving back, in making sure that you get your message to the world with the passion, with the purpose, and professionally enough so that you can make a difference in the world. So we're each here with a unique purpose, a unique dharma that we're to share with the world. I'll help you find yours in the Speakers Pathway Coalition. I look forward to working with you. Have a great day.
That's just incredible, because Bill is just an incredible person. His passion and his heart. And if I could say one thing about Bill, he has a 100% money back guarantee. And what he means by that, if anyone feels they did not get the return of investment with Bill, he will give them their money back. And you know how many people that's asked for a refund from Bill? 0. That's how good he is.
That's certainly putting your money where your mouth is.
Yes, it is.
All right. I will share with you secret number 3, the most neglected and yet most critical aspect of your business. I got a question for you. Who do you think makes more money? The best author or the best marketed author? If you think the best author makes more money, give me a 1 in the chat. If you think the best marketed author makes more money, give me a 2 in the chat.
You're getting some 2s, Don. I don't see any 1s. He's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
But
this is absolutely true. And it's not just authors. Think about real estate agents. Think about car dealers. Think about anybody. Marketing is absolutely key, but often it's the most neglected part of our business. And we see this true, especially in the speaker area. So I just want to go over some of the key marketing tools if you want to get your message out to the world, if you want to get on more stages, here are just some of the key marketing tools that you need to be implementing and using. Customer Relationship Management, or CRM. This is how you continue to build a relationship with a contact. So you meet someone at an event, you get their information, or they opt into something on your website, they make it on your list. If they just sit there in your list, what do you think is happening with that relationship? Do you think it's staying the same, declining, or getting better? What do you think? Give me one if you think it's getting better, 2 if you think it's staying the same, 3 if you think it's declining.
I see some 3s there, Don. I don't see any 2s or any 1s, just 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Yeah, because you met someone, they gave you their information, they're all excited at that time, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken the time or energy to offer that to you. And you know what? If you don't do anything with it, that relationship starts degrading like the second after you're out of their sight. So CRM helps you to nurture that relationship, to continue to add value and show people what you're up to. You know, I've actually just recently booked a speaking gig at my old alma mater where my first book, The Athletic Director, got into my email system, and I've been keeping at him, like just telling him what I've been up to for the past, I think it's like 8 years, and he just called me up. So nurturing those relationships, absolutely critical. An email list. You have to have some way to organize those contacts, you know, and this isn't it. This isn't it. Not having a bunch of cards sitting on your desk. That's not it. It has to be an organized way to capture and organize contact emails. Branding. Branding is your representation when you're not there. Okay? It's a reflection of your business when you're not there. And all of these things, we've got courses in Speakers Pathway Coalition. We've got experts among the executive training directors that have built courses in the Speakers Pathway Coalition, and branding is just one of the webinars that, in fact, the webinar that's tomorrow is on branding. Your website, there's a survey that I saw a while ago, maybe like a year ago, that said the most important single asset you have for your marketing of your business is your website. When you meet someone and you tell them you have a business and they become aware of you, what's the first thing you think most people do? They check your website. They go to see if you're for real. And if you've got some terrible website, you go out of their mind immediately. Copywriting. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. In the written word, in your emails, in your flyers, in your brochures, even on your business card. That's copywriting. All extremely, extremely important. And video. One of the fastest growing ways that people become attracted and like you are video. So how to create great marketing videos. So these are some of the marketing tools that you need to master. You need to be using these to build your business. So speaking of marketing, Dr. Sony Jackson is an expert in marketing funnels. And here's what she had to say about why she's involved with the Speakers Pathway Coalition.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Sony Jackson, and I've come to you from Houston. And I was asked to share my why. Why am I involved in the Speakers Pathway Coalition? You are my passion. Well, Don and Jim called me and told me about this coalition that they were putting together of 10 executive directors, each having a different expertise, particular niches, and all 10 of us are marketing experts. What? How did that happen? I don't know, but it is amazing. And when he told me about the idea, I thought, yeah, that's exactly what speakers need. They need not only to learn how to deliver their compelling message physically on the stage or on webinars or whatever, but they need some of the tangible skills around building a business around that. And every one of these people can help with that.
And again, we're so blessed to have Sony on our team. Marketing, absolutely critical. I'd like to share with you now a case study. This is someone, her name is Tasha Cooney, and it's someone who I've known for about a year now. And I've worked with her, applying some of the things that I've learned and coaching her with her speaking. And this is the same coaching and the same things that we're bringing to the Speakers Pathway Coalition. So I wanted you to hear what Tasha had to say about the kind of value that we offer in the Speakers Pathway Coalition.
Hello, my name is Tasha Cooney, and I'm here to give you a testimonial on Don McGrath. Don has helped me out tremendously. I'm a videographer, photographer. I do transformational videos, and I help entrepreneurs and business owners all around the world leverage the power of video. And coming from a videographer standpoint and doing what I do, transitioning over into the speaking world. Now, I've been speaking all over the world for the past 3 years to 15 different countries. I've done multiple presentations, hundreds of presentations. And until I met Don and started coaching with Don, I didn't realize the impact that I was having as a speaker, and also creating those systems and structures of my presentations. Now, even though I've been filming and photographing people in event rooms, I've been in event rooms over 10,000 hours watching speakers and trainers, learning from them intuitively. It wasn't until 10 years later when I met Don and I was on stage. Don came up to me after one of my stage presentations a little bit ago, about a year ago, and he said, Tasha, can I help you with your stage presentation? And I said, absolutely. So I started coaching with Don, and Don took my speaking presentation to the next level. Okay, to the next level. Now, the guidelines he's given me and the presentation, he moved my presentation all around. He said, look, this should go here, this should go here, put this here, put that here, and this is why this goes here, Tasha. And I said, oh my gosh, Don, you are just brilliant. So now I've been able to leverage this new presentation that Don has trained me on and literally get a return on investment and start making sales from stage with the new presentation that makes sense. Right? So instead of me trying to do this all myself, I went out and I said, you know what, Don, you're going to have to keep coaching with me and help me figure this all out. And that's what he has done. So I just want to thank you, Don, tremendously. And I know that if you have a chance to get into coaching with Don or get into the Speakers Pathway, go ahead and jump on it, because the caliber of people in here that are ready to help you get to the next level is just amazing. I've never seen so much love and compassion from one soul to the next. Like, Don sits down and really helps you get to the core of your message and helps you strategize that in your presentation. I've been around a lot of speakers. I've been in this motivational speaking industry now for over 10 years as the videographer in the back of the room. And I am blown away, again, by the heart and soul of Don and what he provides for you and the value. Okay, I've seen people charging $20,000 upwards for consultation like Don will give you in 15 to 20 minutes, literally. So thank you, Don, for all those tips and those secrets and those tricks. I've already made my return on investment with working with you and coaching with you. And rock on, buddy, right? With the rock climbing, get it? Okay, so we'll see you guys. Hopefully you get a chance to work with Don. Catch you later. Peace out.
So the point of Tasha, and Tasha's wonderful. Does so much good work in the video area and in transforming people's businesses. But I wanted you to get a sense for the level of training and coaching that we're offering as part of the Speakers Pathway. I hope you get a sense for that value. Let me just pause there for a second. Results like Tasha talked about, do you think you would benefit from that? If you think you would benefit from that type of coaching, that type of training, give me a 1 in the chat box.
Yes, you're getting ones. Definitely ones. A lot of ones. Oh my goodness. I tell you, it's, the past hour, we're going to talk about this for just a moment, but let me ask you a question. Would you agree that it's been time well spent so far? Because what Don and I have covered here is some of the things that we discovered down our pathway. We know a lot of great speakers, but they don't know how to put it all together. there's pieces missing, as Preston mentioned in his why video. How do you put these pieces together? That's why you need executive training directors. And we can't cover all the information that you need during this webinar. We couldn't do it in one whole day. But the most important thing is we're going to offer you a very special offer so that you can get everything you need to know and have at your fingertips. Let me ask you a question. How does that sound to you? Does that make sense? And I almost forgot, if you act fast, at the very end, I'm going to give you a very, very, very special deal. So just fasten your seatbelt and hang on. I'd like to talk to you about disposable income. We know disposable income, we recognize it as the money that's left over after you get done paying your bills, after you pay your mortgage or your rent or whatever those bills are. This is disposable income. This is the money that people utilize to normally buy the things that they want. And most importantly, we know that most people are living paycheck to paycheck. And that's sad, because even if they are, they still got a little disposable money at their fingertips. And 2 weeks down the road, that disposable income that they may spend and waste on buying things, it's going to be replaced. But let me ask you a question. Is it wise to invest in yourself or just buy things? As we mentioned in the very beginning, I know that many of you are thinking, what's this all about? What's this going to cost me? And my point being, we're looking at the disposable income. We want you to be able to take full advantage of the Speakers Pathway Coalition. And because we realize that money doesn't have any real value. You just simply exchange it for the things that you want. If you need clothes or a coat to stay warm, that's what money is for. If you need food, that's what money is for. You can only trade it for something that you think is a benefit for you. And when we buy something, at least I do, when I buy something, I expect it to do something for me. And I don't really know whether or not the product that I bought is going to do something for me until I try and use it. Now, let me ask you a question. Is this making sense? Because I want to talk to you about this disposable income. People get so confused about it sometimes, they don't realize that they waste a lot of their money buying things. I forget who said it, maybe Don might know, but wealthy people invest in assets. Non-wealthy people, they simply buy things. Think about that for a moment. Because most people are just going to go through this and blow it every single month. Doesn't matter if they have $1,000 of disposable income. They're going to spend it until it's all gone. They might spend it on movies or ice cream or travel, but these are all short-term pleasures that are gone in an instant. And the cool thing of it is when you get paid again, boom, you got the disposable income again. And that's the power of disposable income. It keeps replenishing itself. The thing you've got to do is make a decision on how you're going to invest this disposable income to bless and benefit you. Now let me ask you another question. Does that happen with our time too? Because if you miss your daughter's soccer game because you're at the office, do you get that time back? No, you don't, do you? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Because money will be replaced every payday. It replenishes itself. But once you waste your time, it's gone forever. So what I'm asking you to do is to take that asset, this disposable income that's going to be replenished every single payday or whenever you get paid, and invest it in something that's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money. You can go do all the stuff that Don and I did. You can spend a lot of money and attend these high dollar, workshops, and you can do all the stuff that takes time, money, energy, and you can get no results, just like Don and I did. And with this package, we created the Speakers Pathway Coalition. We created it for the average person. And what we're wanting to do is to save you a lot of time and a lot of money, because we realize you can never get your time back. I'm just going to ask you to take some of this little disposable income, which is replenishable next time you get paid, and you're not going to miss it anyway. Because is it wise to invest in yourself or buy lottery tickets? Now, if you think it's wise to invest in yourself, give me a 1 in the chat box there. You see any ones, Don?
Oh yeah, there's ones coming in for sure. I see a yes.
Good.
One.
I just want to make sure you're with me here. I just want to make sure you're following me. Are you getting this? I just want to make sure I wasn't, just talking. And because this works in any market. But for this particular masterclass, this webinar Don and I have designed, this is tailored for you. This is able to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. And I believe it was Napoleon Hill who said that wealthy people invest in assets and non-wealthy just invest, they buy things. So just think about, you don't want to buy things, you want to invest in yourself. Thank you, sir.
Those are just absolute pearls of wisdom, Jim. Absolutely. You and I have invested in ourselves, probably the tune of enough to buy a nice house or two. So absolutely investing in yourself. I want to add a little bit of wisdom about old habits. So you may have gone to training courses or webinars or things of that nature. And what happens? You get all psyched up. You're like, oh, this is it. I'm really going to make this happen. But then what happens? You get in your car. If it's a workshop, you go back into the rest of your house. If you're on a webinar, and the next day you wake up, and you get dressed, and you fall into the same old habits, and that enthusiasm is all gone. It's evaporated because old habits they die hard. So we want to help you to break that old habit. We want to help you to break those habits. And the only way you're going to do that is to do something different. If you keep doing what you did before, isn't that like the definition of insanity? And if you're not getting the results of what you do before, what kind of results you think you're going to keep getting if you keep doing the same thing? So you have to do something different. And so what we're asking you to do is do something different. To invest in yourself, and take us up on this offer, and it will change the results you're getting dramatically. But you have to take an action. You have to do something different. Otherwise, you're going to get back in the same habit. If you wait till tomorrow, you're going to go in the same old habit. I guarantee you it. So today, now, during this webinar, take action. Change your future. Take control.
Absolutely. And I like to add something there, Don, that, your habits, that defines your lifestyle. Think about that for a moment. If you got good habits, you're going to have a good lifestyle. If you got bad habits, well, like Don says, you need to break those old habits. This is a great picture. It really represents your pathway. Would you rather go down the middle of the pathway there and know that it's all paved, so to speak, or that might be a wooden pathway, but at least it is a pathway that's designed to get you through that jungle? Think about that. Because all of us need a proven pathway. We need help. We need people to help us get from where we are to where we need to be. No one wants to get lost in the jungle. And that's why we created the Speakers Pathway Coalition. It will provide a pathway to help you build your speaking business, whether it's on a public stage in front of a live audience or a virtual stage that we mentioned earlier. You need good speaking skills. But we got the pathway here, and we want to help you build your speaking business.
So let's dive right into what we have created. This is what Jim, myself, and the 8 executive training directors have created. It's called the Pathway Model. And it's meant to create that pathway to get you to your speaking business success. I'm going to walk you through it. So it starts at the beginning, at getting clarity in the clarify stage. So this is where you get clarity on your vision, your goals, your message. Who do you speak to? Who do you serve? What problems do you solve for them? What is your big why? Getting clarity around your brand. Guess what? We have courses in Speakers Pathway Coalition in every one of these areas. And you know what? It's in a learning system. This isn't like an email with, oh, go to YouTube and watch this. This is in a learning system that makes it easy for you to consume these courses. Many of them are video, and they are just guaranteed to help you to learn. Wonderful, wonderful system. So courses in every one of those areas. Okay, once you're clear, what do? You create. You could create your signature talk, a physical product, programs, courses, content, and that minimum viable product, also referred to as agile product creation and testing. So this is where you now create something that you can sell. And we have courses in these areas too. Our subject matter experts, Jim, myself, the executive training directors have created courses from our, I don't know, a century or more of experience, right? Maybe a couple of centuries of experience. We've created courses and put them in this learning system, one place you go to learn. So courses, you know what's really cool about it? It's gamified. What does that mean? That means that you get rewarded when you complete stuff. You get badges, you get points. We have a leaderboard, and we are going to show lots of love to the people who do well on the leaderboard. We're going to give them speaking opportunities on our stages. We're going to give them opportunities in our webinars. So create. Next stage is sell. If you create something and you can't sell it, it don't matter. So email list building, CRM, social media, video, partnerships. Learn to sell from the stage. Ads and targeting, all valuable knowledge that you need in order to have a successful business. So again, courses in all these areas. What do you do after you're selling and you're already successful? You scale your business to leave a legacy, to have an asset that is a true business. This is where you have multiple products. This is where you've got collaborations, masterminds, events, and you may need to build a team if it scales that big. And you know what? If you do that, you need leadership training. We have courses, again, in all of these areas from subject matter experts, all delivered, not in, oh, go to this YouTube link, oh, attend this webinar. Oh, no, this is in a gamified learning system to ensure your learning success. So these are the stages. This is the pathway. I'm just going to pause there for a second and ask you a question. If you think you would benefit from having courses in every one of these areas structured in this way of getting clarity, creating, selling, and scaling from subject matter experts in a learning system that motivates you to stay engaged, and it's all self-paced, would this be useful to you? If you think this would be useful for you, give me a heck yeah, give me a yes, give me a 1, give me something in the chat. Give us some feedback.
I'm seeing, ones. I'm seeing a lot of ones there. I'm seeing a hoo-ha. A yes, all that. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing.
And we designed this because we knew this was going to help people. We knew because we saw the struggles. Okay, so knowledge is one thing. Skill is the application of that knowledge. That's what actually gets you doing something, right? Having the skill. I could take all kinds of courses in playing the piano, but am I a skilled pianist? No, I actually have to build skill. So we have ways for you to build skill, practice through webinars, getting on stages. I'll talk about our speaker certification in a moment, but in order to get through our speaker certification, you are required to do talks and record them and get feedback. So actually building skill, not just knowledge. Also, we all know that we all have shelf help in our lives, right? You've got some box that's sitting in our closet from some, it might be a great course. You might have paid a lot of money or a little money, but you know what? It's really hard to stay at it because times are tough. Life happens. And it's just hard to stay accountable to just yourself. So a big part of success, and I believe that the best performing people on earth, athletes, performers, business people, they all have coaches. They all have coaches, bar none. They all have coaches. So you need coaching. And so part of the pathway model is coaching. Who from? Jim, myself, and the 8 executive training directors. Every week, there's a coaching call with the executive training directors and Jim and I on it, where you will get coaching. You're stuck? Coaching call. They'll help you solve it. You don't know what to do next? Coaching call. You had life happen and you're struggling to get back on the horse? Coaching call. They will help you be successful. So I can't explain how powerful that is. Speaker certification. You know, Jim and I, we thought this was a really key thing because we've all been through training where you go and you sit there for 8 hours and you walk out with a certificate and all you did was sit there and listen. So you got a certificate for participating, actually for breathing. Everybody walked out of there with a certificate, but they didn't really demonstrate any knowledge. They didn't demonstrate anything. That's not what we're about. So we have 3 speaker certification levels: certified speaker, professional, and master, different levels of requirements, but we guarantee you will be a skilled speaker at the certified speaker level. You will be making money at the professional speaker level. You will be making a lot of money at the master speaker level. So that's our commitment. And we believe so strongly in this because we need to stand behind you. We're going to go out and try to get you stages. And if we can't stand up, Jim and I, we're not about like blowing wind. We're only going to stand up there if we know. And the certification program is how we approach that.
Absolutely, Don. If I could add something here, having a certificate is one thing, but having the credentials, that is the missing pieces that you need. And you might have heard a ding, ding there, and a couple of people put in there, wow, wow, because I take it that we're sharing some information with you that you've never heard before.
Yeah, we feel very strongly about this. This is like a structured solution for a problem that Jim and I saw, and we worked with the executive training directors to put this together. We feel it's incredibly powerful. We know it works. So I'd like to share with you another one of our executive training directors. Gigi Ames will share with you her why.
Hi, I'm Gigi. I am one of the executive training directors of Speakers Pathway Coalition. There are 10 of us who are basically experts in our fields, and we have done some special training just for you. And so, again, I am totally super excited to introduce this to you because it can shortcut your journey. It can shortcut all of your learning curve because the pieces are there in one place just for you. Anyway, I really, really, really hope that you do lock arms with us because, oh my gosh, I so wish I had had this when I started my journey.
As do Jim and I think Gigi summed it up very, very nicely there, Jim, right? All this in one place to help you get from where you are with what you have, doing what you can to get to your success. And we all wish we had had this. We would have saved a lot of time and a lot of money. So here's what you're going to get. Creating a Safe Foundation for Your Speaking, course by Bill Heinrich. And you heard from Bill. He's a high-level business coach, and he transforms people's lives. He's going to show you how to do the inner work so that you can achieve the success in your business. We value this course at $497. Embracing Change from my great buddy here, Jim Grant. This course is about embracing change. There's going to be change needed, right? If you continue to do the same things in the same ways, you're going to get the same results. So there's going to have to be some changes. And Jim walks through the process for creating those changes in your life so you can achieve your success, valued at $997. Branding that sells. This is about creating your powerful brand online by Preston Martelli. This is about creating that brand. Your brand is so important because it's there 24/7, 365 days a year. Your brand is there and it needs to be crystal clear on what you do and who you are. Become an influential speaker program. This is about speaking. This is about how to craft your talk. This is about how to get clarity on who you speak to in your audience. This is about the mechanics, the stage mechanics. This is about the language and the power of how to move people to action. This is my course, valued at $997. Storytelling from the Stage, course by Dr. E.J. Johnson. Stories move people. Stories move people. What do people buy? People buy because of emotion. And what evokes emotion? Stories. Stories are so critical. So this is an incredible course from Jay. $997 value. Smartphone Video Essentials by Koji Samalde. This is about how to create incredible videos without investing a ton of money. He's going to walk through and show you everything from how do you create, how do you compose, how do you design, how do you shoot, how do you edit incredible videos for your business, valued at $497. Marketing Funnels 101. Sony Jackson, Dr. Sony Jackson, will teach you about what funnels are, how to use them effectively, and how to use them effectively to build your business. Creating a Movement Organically by Tamara Hunter. Tamara is a master at getting people behind her. She grew a nonprofit from scratch, so she knows how to do this. This is a course valued at $497. Instagram Mastery, Set Up for Success by Gigi Ames. This is about social media and setting up your Instagram so that it does its job, so it collects followers for you, valued at $497. Social Video Selling from Monique Johnson, who's a master of video marketing and live streaming video. It's all about how to use video, the power of video to build your business, valued at $497. Coaching with the Executive Training Director team. Every week an opportunity to sit with 2 of these people and get coaching. I actually challenge you, and we as a team have had lots of discussions around putting the values on these. We're very humble. I think most people would say, you guys, these numbers are too low. I challenge you to go to find a coaching program where you can get 8 subject matter experts to coach you every single week for anything close to $997 a month. But that's the number we agreed on for this offer. Speaker certification training. I don't know how to put a price on that. This is setting the bar. This is building the whole pathway so you can actually make it happen. I don't know how to put a price on it. So we said that's priceless. And then support from other members. So you get support from Jim, you get support from me, you get support from the executive training directors, but you also get support from other members. That's why this is called a coalition. We coalesce, we come together to help each other. Incredibly powerful. We don't know how to put a price on that. That's priceless. So if you got out your calculator or your spreadsheet and you were worried about tracking all this, you know it's a lot. But if you did the math, you'd come up with a total value of $7,967. Let's just call it $8,000. It's a few pennies off from $8,000. An $8,000 value. That's what we're offering. These are courses in coaching that when you become a member, you will have access to.
Absolutely, Don. And, you know, every time I look at this, even though I know the subjects there and the people that's donating these subjects to the members, the thing that blows me away and keeps coming back to my mind is just think 9 years ago where you were, 9 years ago where I was, when we both started out our journey that led us past to eventually cross. If we had this information at our fingertips, my goodness, how many thousands and thousands of dollars would we have saved, and how many, I don't know how many hundreds of hours, maybe it's, you know, hundreds of thousands of hours or whatever. But most importantly, think of all the blood, sweat, and tears we put into that too. The aggravation, the you know, the feeling that we just wanted to wash our hands and quit and walk away. But thank goodness we didn't, because now you and I, with the 8 executive training directors, we can provide so much value to the members. That's just blows me away every time I look at this chart here.
So an incredible, incredible, incredible value. So I'd like to share with you who this has worked for, some of the training that is in the course, some of the coaching that's in the course. I just want to share with you another example. This is Roanne Van Voorst. She's a professional speaker and author, and I've done some coaching applying the same methods that are in the courses and in the coaching that we have in Speakers Pathway Coalition. And I wanted you to hear what Roanne had to say, because Roanne is a seasoned speaker, because we really believe this can work for you if you're getting started, if you've got some success, or if you're very successful as a speaker. So just listen what Roanne had to say.
My name is Roanne Van Voorst. I am a writer and a public speaker. Now, public speaking is what I do for a living all over the world. So when I was invited for a TED Talk and I felt a little nervous for it, I was happy that Don McGrath wanted to have a look at it, but I was also not really expecting a lot of criticism. I thought I was pretty good at my job. But then he had a look, and in a very friendly way, he made a ton of super useful comments. He instantly saw what I needed to kind of help my speech from being okay good to really, really good. He looked at the text and indicated where I could make the jokes even funnier, where I could tweak the language to really engage my audience, how I could make people like me better, which is always nice if you're on stage. He looked at my intonation, at the way I behave and move on the stage, and gave me a lot of really, really good advices on that. And now I feel so much more confident to go out and do it. I cannot begin to express how much I recommend you work with him. Good luck.
And again, these are the same methodologies. This is the same coaching. We are a coalition, and this is the kind of value that you can expect to get. So you see that Roanne is a seasoned speaker. So if you're out there thinking, well, I've already, I've given talks all over the world, we believe we can help you on your pathway, that your pathway is very bright and can only get bigger and better. And I'd like to share with you something about someone who took one of my courses. Actually, it's basically the Become an Influential Speaker course. So Sherry took that course before the Speakers Pathway Coalition was actually even thought of. But I wanted to hear what she had to say about the value of the course, because there's a lot of people teaching speaking, right? There's a lot of gurus on the internet. There's a lot of people teaching it. But I wanted to share what Sherry had to say about our courses.
Hi, I'm Sherry, and I want to give yourself credit. I am a credit coach, advisor, and also public speaker. I have been looking for a great speaking coach and someone that can lead me further. I have looked for many, many months. I've had to access people online, but I'm telling you that Don McGrath has provided me information that multi-millionaires could not provide me online. This is a man that you need to take seriously, and I'm telling you, he can really lead you in the right direction for your speaking career. So you need to connect with him, and you will not regret taking one of his courses. So I applaud you if you take that action, and you know what? You can actually move forward with this man. So please contact him. Have a great day.
So just again, I just want to, I show this. I blush a little bit hearing some of this feedback, but I just wanted, there's a lot of people out there teaching speaking, but I just wanted to impress upon you the value and the quality of the training that's part of the Speakers Pathway Coalition. So I wanted to share with you another person who has received some of the value from Jim and I. Actually, we met Ted at the same event in Orlando, and I wanted to hear what he had to say about how we've helped him.
Dr. Ted Grellner. I wanted to leave a video review for Don McGrath. I met him recently at a guerrilla marketing meeting, not having met him ever before, although we had actually similar training backgrounds, which made it fun because I knew how he had been trained and he knew some of my training. So we both did talks at the Guerrilla Marketing Summit. Don was a very engaging speaker. I learned a lot just by watching the flow and the relaxed demeanor that he had, yet energetic. So it was fun to watch him work the audience, and it's obvious that he has experience speaking. So it was just fun to watch him. But probably more importantly, Don was willing to actually give me feedback on my talk, because I don't have as much experience as he does in the arena of doing stage speaking. So he actually volunteered and willingly gave me a considerable amount of feedback on my talk in an educational training, improvement manner, not critical, but something that will help me to be able to improve my ability to speak in the future, and made several very worthwhile suggestions that I immediately understood where they came from and why they were important. So armed with all the suggestions that he gave me, I now have a much better chance of being able to get a talk together that will not only engage the audience better, but with that engagement, then hopefully we'll be able to generate interest and perhaps even sales as well. So I hope this is helpful to those who wanted to get to know Don. He's a very giving person, obviously very intelligent, and he's very experienced at speaking and is very willing to be able to give you feedback if you're a speaker and wish to learn for your next gig. So anyway, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this for Don, and I hope you all take advantage of what he has to offer. Thank you very much.
Just once again, I hope that shows the quality of what we offer.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk about two choices in just a moment, but I want to build on what what Ted said there. We met in Orlando. Me and Don and him were there, and all of us spoke on stage and all that. But the problem that we saw, and this was the catalyst that created the Speakers Pathway Coalition. This is where Don and my heart came together, because we had two choices. We could be like choice number one. Look at that. We could do like everybody else does. We could charge $2,000 to $8,000 per training course and just keep finding new people to train. And you know what's wrong with that particular system? Let me share with you what Don and I experienced and what we talked about. Is it okay if I share a little story with you about our experience? Don and I saw that when they tell you to go to these big speaking events and network and yada, 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 and all that, and all this big money, what we found people who were looking at us to help them get on stage. And most importantly, the sad part of it was neither Don or I had all of the subject matter experts and the tools and the knowledge to put everything together. Yes, we had great speaking skills. Yes, we had great, abilities and all that, but we did not have the credentials. And that's why Don and I says we need to fill that void. We need to fill that gap. We need to bring in some subject matter experts who can do the things that we cannot do. And so we chose the second option. And that option was to leverage a team of experts and deliver incredible value at a very low monthly investment and provide ongoing support and training. Now, Is it okay if I share with you about this very brief story about Henry Ford? Henry Ford, there was a lot of people, when he first started building cars, they thought, how can he do it? He doesn't know anything about engineering. He doesn't know anything about the tensile strength of steel and iron. He's got no knowledge in metallurgy. But what Henry Ford did, he surrounded himself with a team of subject matter experts. He picked their brains just like they were his brains. And Napoleon Hill described that as the mastermind principle. Now, what's in this for you? You can actually utilize all of the training and the wisdom of the 8 executive training directors, Don and myself. Just imagine right now, you can sit back in the privacy of your own home or office, and you've got a mastermind team who can help you, just like Henry Ford used mastermind principle to help him do the things that he did not know what to do. You have that power right now. You got this at your fingertips as we get ready to get into the final steps of the webinar here. Keep that in mind. The 8 executive training directors, Don and myself, we are a mastermind available to you. Here is our video guy, Koji Samadi. All the videos you've been seeing where we shot at the coffee shop there, where we all worked together, and we were out at the Garden of the Gods. He had a drone in this way up over the top of the mountains, but this is Koji, and this is his why.
So glad that you're here to see what we've got in store for you. My name is Koji Samalde. I'm a young filmmaker based out of Florida. So one thing that's really important that people always overlook is the video aspect. In this day and age with technology, everything is moving to video. We want to pick you up from where you are and take you to that next level. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you tell your story. I'm here to help you craft your beautiful message into beautiful visuals that people can latch onto. Because at the end of the day, we don't want your gold to collect dust. What burns inside of me is a fiery passion to be able to make that happen. And just by getting them in front of camera and making them comfortable and helping them throughout this really difficult journey and letting them know they're not alone has helped me find clarity in my path. I look forward to being able to provide anything I can to make your message polished.
Absolutely. I mean, Koji is just a joy and a jubilee. And when Don and I first asked Koji if he would like to join and become part of the team and be an executive training director, we didn't even get, I don't even think we got 1 minute into the conversation. He says, I'm not only in, guys, I'm in 200%. I never will forget that.
So I want to just go very quickly. What are you going to get? I just want to remind everyone of all this value. I don't want to go through every one of these courses. You've seen it. These are courses in speaking. These are courses in mindset. These are courses in branding. All this value, valued at $7,967 in a learning system, in a gamified learning system, coaching, certification, support, just incredible, incredible, incredible value. Total value of $7,967.
Absolutely. As I promised earlier, we're going to offer a couple of bonuses here. Bonus number 1, your book, Accelerated Training. Write Your Expert Book. This is a gift from my friend, Don McGrath. Don has sold thousands and thousands of books on the internet. He is a subject matter expert. He is going to train you how to write your expert book. He's going to, just like the ladies said earlier in the testimonies about who were polished speakers, you need to move this here, you need to do that there. That's what is going to be in this course here. Now, the value on this is $2,500, $2,497 to be exact. But because of the time that's going to take, we can only limit this to the first 30 people. It's got to be limited. So therefore, if you act right now and you join the Speakers Pathway Coalition, go to speakerspathway.com/promo. It may be in the chat box there, I'm not sure, but you'll see it a little bit later. speakerspathway.com/promo. If you're one of the first 30 people that join after we get done with our close here, you will have an expert Mr. Don McGrath to help you in writing your expert book. It can be on any subject you want. The choice is yours. That's a tremendous value, $2,500. And that's the value on top of this, the $8,000 you saw earlier. So now round figures, we're up to $10,500, but there's more. Bonus number 2. This is a program Don and I have worked on for a long time about winning stages. And in that program, we're going to reveal the secrets for you to win physical stages, what you have to have. Not only your speaking skills, Don talked about the great talks, but also your credentials. You've got to be complete. You can't have any back doors open to let the wolves in on you. This is a program that's valued at $24.97, and Don and I have both been told this is ridiculously low at $24.97. But this course is included in the course, so we're at $10.5. Now we're up, what, to $12.5 or whatever that number is. I don't have a calculator, and I'm not a techie guy or a subject matter expert when it comes to math, but again, we can only limit this to 30 people because of the amount of time that we're going to create and donate to help people win the secrets or learn the secrets to winning physical stages. Let me ask you a question. How does this sound to you? Are you getting this? Does this make sense to you? If it does, give me a 1 down there in the chat.
Oh, I see. I definitely see ones coming in.
Good. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say, I mean, there's all those courses and the coaching. These bonuses are incredibly, incredibly valuable. And I really hope that the people watching this who have made it this far in the webinar are also just shaking their heads. And you might be thinking, how could you guys do this? We're doing it because we want to help you. We're doing it because we want to help you.
Absolutely.
So again, now what you're going to get. You're going to get all those courses we talked about before. You're going to get this first bonus, your book accelerated training. Yes, just as Jim said, I've written 6 books, 4 bestsellers. I know how to do this. I have the recipe. I have the framework. I will walk through with you what has to be in every single chapter of your book so that people will buy it. Bonus number 2, winning stages course. This is about how to win physical stages. Jim and I have been working on this recently. I agree. $24.97 seems like a steal to me. But if you do the math, round numbers, around $13,000 of now total value with the original stack of courses and coaching, plus these 2 bonuses. An incredible, incredible amount of value.
Absolutely. Now let me ask you a question, folks. If all this did was take you from speaking for free to being paid, would this be of value to you? And if all this did was just get you on 1 paid stage a month, what value would you put on that? Think about that. And if all this did was just help you avoid wasting thousands of dollars on 1 and 2 7-figure workshops, wouldn't it definitely be worth it to you? Let me ask you a question. Does this make sense to you? Are you getting this? If so, give me a 1 in the chat. You see any ones there, Don?
Ones are coming in, absolutely. We got the right people on the webinar, Jim. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Also, let me ask you this. What is growing your business or cause really worth to you? Have you thought about that? Some people will spend $5,000 or more. Some will spend $10,000 or $25,000, even more than that. And how much would you pay to get booked on 1 or more stages a month? Think about that, because Don talked about the different stages. If you were to sign up for 2 typical 2-day seminars, you would spend a lot more than what we've revealed.
Oh, way more than $12,000, right? I mean,
off the chart.
It's $2,000 to $4,000 a day is kind of what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, that's my experience too,
that's
Don.
3 days of training compared to all these courses and coaching. It's way, way more.
Absolutely. And you could see why it would be an absolute great deal if we sold this to you for $5,000. That's over 50% off. If we mark the price down to $2,500, you would think, wow, that's a fantastic deal. But what's really important, if we cut it down to $250 a month, or $250, excuse me, people would say we need to be locked up because that's absolutely insane. Nobody gives away $13,000 worth of valuable training for $250. But because you're here and because you're special and because you stayed with us and because we really want to help you, remember now I talked about that disposable income? Okay, this is where it comes into play. You ready?
You're ready. That's it. It's like drum roll.
Yeah, are you ready?
What you're going to see on the next slide is going to be like drop the mic, go get out of town, shut the door, whatever your favorite thing is. Are you ready? So
I'm ready.
Give us a ready in the chat box, or just tell us. Come on, just say, come on, tell me something in the chat box. What do we see, Jim?
Well, I'm seeing some ones there. People got used to pushing that one button, and yes, they're ready. Yeah, ready. Yeah, tell me more. Sure. Let's do it, Don. We have cut this price down to a bare minimum, bones. We're down to the bones for $150 a month if you join the Speakers Pathway Coalition today. Think about that. We were going to roll it out at $250, but we decided on this special launch and on this special webinar, and since you stayed with us all this time, we're going to just slash it down to $150 a month, but you've got to take advantage of that today. Just go to speakerspathway.com/promo, or if the link's in the chat, just click on that.
But that's not all. On top of that value, we have some other bonuses for you. So first is a ticket to our 1-year celebration event. So we have committed to do a big event 1 year from now, celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Speakers Pathway Coalition. What's going to be at this event? Well, obviously, Jim and I are going to be there. The executive training director is going to be there. Many supporters are going to be there. We're going to get people who have taken the training, done really well. We're going to put you on stage. Yes, we are going to put you on stage. We're going to give you the opportunity to get videos of you speaking, photos of you speaking. There's going to be training with the executive training directors. We'll do hot seats. We'll do workshops, as well as have a lot of celebration, have a lot of fun. So it's an incredibly valuable event. It's going to be called Stage Warrior Live. Gotta love it. Stage Warrior Live. And the ticket value for this is $497. For the first 20 people who register today on this webinar, get a ticket to that event. Do you want to not be there? You want to not be there? I think you want to be there. It's going to be awesome. We hope, Jim and I know that, and you probably all know this, that one of our biggest problems is finding time for stuff. How many, can you go a day without thinking to yourself or hearing from someone else, gosh, I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Well, guess what? This is a course that I put together for my 30 years as an executive in engineering. And my companies that I worked for were constantly sending me to time management training. Because you know what? They needed me to be super efficient. I managed teams of hundreds of engineers, so I had to be super efficient. So they spent tens of thousands of dollars on training. You know what I did? I didn't do that. I didn't use that as shelf help. I actually tried the training. I implemented it. I found out what worked, what didn't. And so in this training, I put the things in this training, the ones that are time tested, the ones that I've used, I teach them how to do it. You can save hours per day. Hours per day. You go through this training, I'm not kidding, hours per day by implementing what's in this training. Who could use that hours per day? Who could use 1 hour per day? Give me a yes, give me a Yahoo, give me a save me an hour, give me something in the chat.
I'm seeing yes and ones. Yes and ones, mainly ones.
So for the first 20 people who take action tonight, you will get this course as a bonus. Again, you know what to do. $150 a month for a low subscription of $150 a month. If you act today, our normal price after launch is going to be $250 a month. Like Jim said, that's a $5 $5 a day. You know, I want to be bold here. I don't want to insult anyone, but honestly, if you are not willing to invest $5 a day in your business, on yourself, you may have some thinking to do about how serious you are about improving and about your business. I don't mean to insult anyone, but if you don't want to and find the disposable income to make this investment, you know, we're not right for you. And you know what you do, know what you have to do. Go to speakerspathway.com/promo. That's all you need to do.
Absolutely, Don. That's so accurate, because $5 a day, where else can you go to change your life for $5 a day? We never found it. I can tell you that. But now, folks, ladies and gentlemen, you now have two choices. The first option, do nothing and not take this leap of faith. In other words, don't believe in yourself. Even though we're going to offer you a 100% risk-free offer. The second option, make this small investment in yourself. Compared to all of the value that you're going to get in return, you know, just say, hey, I think it's worth a shot. And if it works great, beautiful. You're on your pathway to success. If it's not a good fit for you and you say no, all you got to do is ask us for a refund. So look at those two options. You sit there and do nothing, or you can take advantage of it. Our 30-day money-back guarantee, whenever you sign up, we want you to sign up today because you take advantage of those bonuses. But even for whatever reason, any reason at all, we don't care if it's on the 29th day, 23rd hour, and 59 minutes from now. All you got to do is let us know, and we'll be more than happy to give you your money back. We can't be any more fair or upfront than that. You don't have any risk. All the risk is on us. We've got to prove to you that we've got all of the tools, all of the training, all of the coaching in place to benefit and bless you and help you build your speaking career and your business. Think about that. So what are you afraid of? Success? A full 30-day money-back guarantee. So the real question I'd like to ask you, is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Take a look at us. We've got the proof in the pudding, as the old saying goes, which if it does even half of what we've claimed today on this webinar, we know it would pay for itself, because this Speakers Pathway Coalition, with our training, with Don, myself, the 8 executive training directors, we can help you build your business through speaking. And remember, the mastermind principle, the same business principle that Henry Ford used by surrounding himself with subject matter experts. This is now, right here, right now, at your fingertips. The question I want to ask you, are you ready? If you are, get started right now. Go to speakerspathway.com/promo. There's a bunch of other opportunities that claim they can teach you. With this, you get personal help from our team. Now, what that means in a nutshell, you see us, most of us there in the picture on the right, what that means is that we're not just out there just trying to sell you something that for you to take home and struggle through. You're going to be able to utilize and have access to all of the training in there as a member for $5 a day. In addition to that, this team of subject matter experts is there to help you. They're going to guide you. Remember the picture of the young lady going to go up the steps? They are your safety nets. They are your rails. They're not going to let you slip and fall. They're not going to let you get lost. That's what the Speakers Pathway Coalition is all about. You need to get started. You need to do it now. Don't procrastinate. Procrastinate is the first step to failure. To get started right now, go to speakerspathway.com/promo. And it's my distinct pleasure to introduce you to one of our executive training directors, Tamara Hunter. She is a beautiful lady, and this is her why.
Why am I here with this amazing team? Well, it's because, you know what, there are many of you out there that have a heart and have a passion and have a cause, a calling, if you will, that you want to go out and affect the world. You want to create a movement, and you're thinking, oh, how do I do it? How do I do that? Well, you know what? I'm here for you. If you had that burning desire to make a difference in this world, let's do it together, because that's what I'm doing, by golly. No one is going to face cancer alone, not on my watch. So what is your purpose? What is your passion? Let's create that community. Let's create that movement. Let's get on stages here in the United States and throughout the world and rock and roll. Make it happen. I'm here. If nothing else, you'll have a few giggles, a lot of fun, and you'll be laughing, because that's what I'm always doing.
Absolutely. Tamara is just a wonderful person. She's a cancer survivor. She started her own. Don, you might want to share a little bit about it, since you work with her much closer.
Sure. Yeah, so Tamara started her own nonprofit, Chemo Buddies for Life, so that, like she said, no one has to face cancer alone. I like to talk about the tale of two people. You see the one person on the top of the summit, and you see the other people like on a lower summit pointing up. And the people on that lower summit, they tend to be nervous. They tend to second guess themselves. You know, they may have great ideas, but they just don't make decisions. They just don't take action. And you know what? I actually don't like to work with people like that very much. But the person on the summit, those are the kind of people I love to work with. They're high energy. They get it. You know, they have great ideas, but you know what? They make decisions and they take action, because you know what? Success rewards action. They take action. And you know what? That's the kind of person that I love to work with. That's the kind of person we want in Speakers Pathway Coalition, because we know that's what it takes to be successful, is to take action. So which kind of person are you? Are you the person on the lower summit or the person on the upper summit? If you're the person on the upper summit, if you're that person who gets it, if you're the person who makes decisions, follows through, takes action, and really wants success, then join Speakers Pathway Coalition. And you know what to do. speakerspathway.com/promotes. All you need to do is take action tonight. Let me show you exactly what to do. Just click on www.speakerspathway.com in the chat box. I know there's a link over there. Or just type this in your browser. Just go and type it in your browser. You got it right there. speakerspathway.com//promo. Do it. Take action. Join Speakers Pathway right now. And again, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get all these courses that we talked about before. All this value. You're going to get bonus number 1 and bonus number 2. There's also now bonus number 3, Stage Warrior Live Ticket, our 1-year celebration. You do not want to miss that. Bonus number 4, Time Optimizer Architecture. So if you did the math, you'd come up with $13,950. Let's just call it $14,000 of value. $14,000 of value. And I have a feeling this is probably low. I think some people who know what's in these courses would probably say we're sandbagging. This is a bit low.
Absolutely, Don. And you know, let me ask you a question, folks. If you didn't sign up immediately, well, the most common reason is I don't have time. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a lifestyle for you, help you to create the lifestyle that you want, so you'll have time. You won't be missing, you know, your kids' soccer games or being tied up all the time. You're going to be able to create the lifestyle that you want. The second reason we hear a lot about is, I don't have money. Well, we just talked about the disposable income and $5 a day. Let me ask you a question about that $5 a day. Isn't there something somewhere in your life that you can cut back here and there to be able to invest in yourself? Or if you're going to remain, you know, broke, you're just going to take your disposable income and just continue to buy things. In other words, You need to learn how to embrace change, and I cover that in my subject there. And the third reason we hear this won't work for me. Well, how do you know? You haven't tried it yet. Plus, Don and I and the executive training directors, we know the value that we're going to be bringing to you. That is why we're very, very confident in giving you a full 30-day money-back guarantee. So let me ask you a question. If you haven't signed up yet, what's holding you back? What ball and chain is around your ankle and prevents you from reaching the keys on your computer and typing in www.speakerspathway.com/promo or clicking on the link in the chat box?
So you might be thinking, yeah, Don, you've got your PhD, and Jim, you were in the Army, you're a trained instructor, you've got all this experience, but let me tell you, we're nothing special. We're absolutely nothing special. And I'm terrible with the tech stuff. I mean, anybody who's worked with me, I have to have people help me with that all the time. And I'm not good on social media. It's a challenge for me. And you know what? I'm not gifted at sales or marketing, but you know what? I surround myself with people who are. And you know what the result is? I was able to sell tens of thousands of my books and become a world recognized expert. And you can do this too. You just have to surround yourself with the right people. You have to build the right knowledge, build the right skills, get the right coaching, and you will be on your pathway. You can do this. We're nothing special. You absolutely can. Again, here's what you're going to get. All these courses. Bonus number 1, bonus number 2, bonus number 3, bonus number 4. We set $14,000 worth of value in this offer today, tonight, when you take action, when you go to speakerspathway.com/promo. This is what you will get. 30-day money-back guarantee. I would have loved this, Jim.
Oh, yeah,
I would have loved this. I mean, for $5 a day, are you kidding me? But, we're not done, okay? I want to offer something very, very, very special. Very special. Bonus number 5 is a personal coaching on your talk. You send us a video and a script of your talk, and we provide you the feedback like was given to Rowan, like was given to Ted Grellner, like was given to Tasha. We will provide you that feedback. $1,497 value, because this is going to take quite a bit of our time, because we will go through that. We will look at your intonations. We'll look at your body language. We'll look at your stage movement. We'll look at the language you're using. We'll look at your delivery. But, this takes time. So this is only for the first 5 people. If you're watching this and you have any doubt, if this alone, I would sign up for Speaker's Pathway to get this alone. Honestly, this is such huge value. So get started now. We've said it a number of times. You know what to do. I'm not gonna repeat myself. You know what it is. $150 a month, $5 a day. Speakerspathway.com promo, and take some action. Success rewards action. We know it. Pablo Picasso said, and I love this quote because I love using success rewards actions in my keynote talks. Action is the foundational key for all success. So you need to take action. If you don't take action, you're going to get the same results. So take some action. Just take some action. Improve your life. I love this from Mother Teresa, again, about taking action. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow has not come. We have only today. So let's begin. Begin with us. We want to be here for you. We and the executive training directors, we want to provide you the knowledge, the skills, and we'll hold your hand. We'll walk with you on that path. So let's begin. Let's get started. And Bruce Lee, he said, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. So take some action. Do this for yourself. Do this for your family. Do this for the legacy that you want to leave. Start down that pathway. You know where to go. speakerspathway.com/promo. You go there, you'll sign up, you'll register, you'll have access to those courses. The next coaching call is, in fact, next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is the first coaching call. We're not saying, 6 months from now you're going to get coaching. No, this is like next week. you will get coaching. Sign up. All right. Well, what we're going to do, any closing comments, Jim?
I'm just amazed at the opportunity people have, because Don, you and I, we've talked about it many times. And you think about this, folks, all the money that Don and I spent, all of the countless hours. I mean, when you get your certificate that you're a certified speaker with us, there's a big, big difference. We're going to be able to get you on stages. We're going to be able to help you get on stages. You go to these high dollar speaking trainings and you pay all this money, you show up, you go through the motions, whatever. And Don and I, we have seen people that were not ready for the stage. They didn't have a great talk. Their body language was terrible, this and that. They got the same certificate that we got. What does that say about our certificate? And we paid the same amount of money. With us becoming a certified speaker, you are going to have credentials. Think about that.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, a 10-minute break. And when we come back, what we're going to do is we're going to we'll do some Q&A where we'll be giving away some other gifts. We're going to give away some other stuff for people who ask good questions. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. Go take a bio break, get some water, eat something, whatever. Keep your blood sugar up because we are not done. We come back, we're going to open it up for Q&A. We're going to give away some swag, and we're going to introduce tomorrow's guest, Preston Martelli and Dr. E.J. Johnson, who are going to talk to you about branding. So I hope we're going to get them to open up just a little bit of what they're going to share tomorrow, and they'll have a chance to tell you about them. And I'm just so excited. So please, make sure you come back because there's prizes, there's all kinds of stuff. So we'll see you in 10. All right, we'll be back. All right, so we're coming back. Jim, if you can, turn your video camera on, we'll get started with the next section of this webinar, where what we're going to do is we'd like to open this up. Sorry, Jim. There we go. You should be unmuted, or you.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry. This is a good tool. The technology is, and I appreciate everyone's patience. This is our launch, and so really appreciate that. So this next little segment, what we're going to do is we're going to do leave time for a few questions. We really don't have a lot of time, but for a few questions, and we got some swag to give away. We got some gifts to give away for people who ask really, really good questions. All right, and the first bit of swag is going to be this awesome Stage Warriors t-shirt. Yeah, just like the team has. I'll send you this, and look, we got a V-neck for if I know a lot of the women like V-necks. We have crew necks. So, what I want to do is I'm going to open it up for a question. So if you have a question, ask a question in the chat box. Go ahead and shoot. Well, over the break, there was one question somebody actually asked me during the break. They said, so you mentioned an event. You mentioned the 1-year event. Is Speakers Pathway Coalition going to be doing events, and can you tell us a little bit more about that? And maybe Jim, you can share what you and I have talked about.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be glad to. Yeah, Don and I, we've talked about putting on an event and bringing in special people and bringing the team together. And when we talk about the team, we're talking about the members, because we consider you part of the team. You're the reason why we even exist. And to be able to bring everyone together, also to get you on stage, to get you some video coverage, take pictures, and help you any way we possibly can, because we're all going to be together, boots on the ground, as we like to say in the military, eyeball to eyeball. So please come and dine. And most importantly, feed your needs.
Yes, we've committed to do the 1-year celebration. As we grow, when we get to 100 and higher, I mean, we're definitely going to be doing events every quarter, and when we get to 1,000 members, we'll probably be doing them every single month around the country. So absolutely. So where will the 1-year event be? That's a really good question. We haven't decided on that. You know where my vote would be, but you know, we'll announce that probably a few months from now. So really good question. So other questions? Anybody else have another question? All right, if not, I had another one that came in just towards the end of the break, and somebody said, so when I join, what'll happen? So what'll happen? And so what's going to happen is you're going to go in, you'll register, you'll create an account, you'll get an email, you'll be able to log into our learning system, and it's the members area, and it has all of the courses. There's an orientation video which you will watch, which will give you direction, which will send you to the courses that would be best for you and where to start. Now there's also a coaching call next Wednesday, so not this coming Wednesday, but next Wednesday, the 14th of November, is the first coaching call, and that's going to be held and hosted by the two gentlemen I'm going to introduce to you in just a little bit, Dr. E.J. Johnson and Preston Martelli. They will be the ones who will be doing that coaching call. So we're not wasting any time. So how do you find out what the subjects are? So the subjects of give me a little help on that. How do you find out what the subjects are? Subjects of the courses? If they're the subjects of the courses, you know, you can look at, you know, we went over this offer that has, you know, all these courses are in the system for your consumption. So when you join, you will be able to get right in and start being able to, okay, so what type of courses are there? Excellent. So go ahead, and the person who asked that question, that's a great question. Go ahead and in the chat, put your email address. We'll get in contact with you, and you're going to get a Boss Stage Warriors t-shirt. So what kind of courses are there? So most of the courses have high video content, and most of the courses, they're not going to take you months to do, and they're not going to take you minutes to do. The courses are on the order of, you know, an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours for you to get through. And the purpose for that is we want you to be able to see progress quickly and get through these courses, and we chunk down the training into very digestible formats. Anything to add, Jim?
Absolutely, because the courses have got to be in bite-sized increments, because we value your time. We know that you're very, very busy, and we know that you want to go and grow as quickly as you can. So our purpose here is to enable you to be able to accomplish your mission, and most importantly, help you get to your desired goal, just like the girl going up the steps there in that one picture. She's going to do it one step at a time, and our job is to help you. And we're kind of like a railing there. We're going to keep you we're there to support you and keep you going straight, and also help you so you don't wander off and get lost. That's the purpose of our courses.
Excellent. I hope that answered your question. So I got time for one more question, because I see we're at the top of the hour, and I want to make sure that we introduce our guests who are going to be, how does the certification program going? Excellent. So for you, that was a great question. What I have for you is I'm speaking at an event in January in Denver. It's called The Greatest Year of Your Life 2019. It's hosted by George Ira Carroll. So I'll be speaking there. George Ira Carroll, Lisa Sesovich will be speaking there. And it's all about how do you kick off 2019 with the right mindset so you can get the success you want. It's a 3-day event. The value on the ticket is it's a $2,000 ticket. So thank you so much for asking that question. Leave your email address in the chat. We'll be reaching out to you and give that to you. So how does the certification program work? So the way the certification program works is we've defined a curriculum. When you come in, there's a series of courses. The first course you'll take will be the Become an Influential Speaker course, which actually is 4 courses. And one, you know, there's a set of prerequisites. One is a prerequisite for the next. So you take that. You take the Winning Stages course. You take a Putting on Great Webinars course. You also show that you can win free stages or your own stages. So we actually have you as a requirement, speak, record yourself, and we give you coaching. Does that sound valuable? This isn't just a piece of paper. Does that sound valuable? So there's a number of steps for, and that's the first level of certification. So you go through that first level of certification and you get that certification. Then there's a higher level of certification, upping the ante, where we actually ask you to demonstrate that you can sell from the stage, and we have a dollar target for you to hit in order to get that. Does that sound valuable? Does that sound like building real skill? There's another person had a question. Are these steps taught weekly or monthly? So this is all self-paced training. And this is why this is the Speaker's Pathway, because we know everybody's got a different situation. And so these courses, you could seriously sit down in a day, you could easily get through any one of these courses, because the videos themselves are only, probably 90 minutes, 1 to 2 hours. So if you sit down, you could focus on getting a course done in a day. So, and then as soon as you're done, you can take the next one. Okay, so it really is self-paced. I would think that most people will probably consume on the order of a course a week, 2 courses a week. That's kind of my personal, I see Jim shaking his head. So that's my personal expectation. Is that helpful? So that was also a really great question. Please leave your email in the chat. I have the second ticket for the greatest year of your life in Denver. It's a $2,000 value, and you and I'll hang out, and it'll be a great, great time. So unfortunately, I want to make sure that, Jim, you got a second?
I just want to say one thing about the certification, if I may. Don and I, we have seen, and I have personally seen, whenever you go to these other trainings and you get your certificate, and you see people that's not really trained. They just showed up and went through the process, and they got the same certificate that I did. And what does that say about my certificate as far as true value? And therefore, whenever you get certified with the Speakers Pathway Coalition, this is just not a certification. This comes with credentials. Don't forget that. That's critical. This comes with credentials.
Excellent, Jim. That's a great point. So now I'd like to, we're going to take a right turn. We're going to switch gears. And I would like, please, Jay and Preston, if you're on, please, turn on your video so we can see you and we can talk to you. There's Preston.
Let's give him a round
And
of
there's Jay.
applause.
Thank you so much for joining. Awesome, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Again, I just want to extend, Jim and we are so grateful to have both of you on the team. We just couldn't be happier. So, first of all, I'd like you to take a minute or two each one, and maybe we'll start with Preston. Oops. Oh, very good. Thank you very much. I'm taking the hint. All right. Thank you very much.
I can only be silent for so long, man. You can't be quiet. What's going on?
The goal is to silence you. Thank you very much. So
you guys were off the hook. I got to give you guys a round of applause. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Trying to deliver the value. So, so start with Preston. Introduce yourself. I know people have seen your why, but tell us a little bit about yourself, and especially related to the topic that you're going to be doing with Jay tomorrow.
Awesome. You know what? I got to say, that video, I got to give hands off to Koji who did it, because, man, I look back, I'm like, wow, that sounds really good. I wasn't even sure that was me. So big thank you to him for doing that. But, nonetheless, what I do, what I'm passionate about is about online marketing, online branding. I run an agency. I'm up here in Canada right now. That's why it's looking dark. But I've been running an agency for about 5 years right now. We've dealt with people from, people who have established brands to people who are starting off from the beginning, and I've seen some of the challenges that are common to most people that start. And, I'm going to be happy to share, I'm going to be completely transparent. You got a question, you got those coaching calls, you ask me, and I got a wealth of knowledge with tricks, hacks, how to get your brand out there. And I can't wait to meet you guys. I can't wait to share with you guys.
Excellent. And Jay, maybe tell us a little bit about kind of what you're doing and kind of what your thoughts are on tomorrow.
Great. So yeah, like Preston said, congratulations, guys. It was a great webinar today. Hands down, it was a really great webinar. I just want to say I am streaming live right here to Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you're seeing this kind of over my shoulder here, literally over my shoulder. Tomorrow, well, just a little bit about me. I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I've been on stages with 20 folks and stages with thousands of folks. And I love, love, love just seeing people realize their own dreams and get on stage and share amazing journeys and stories. And so I'm a part of this coalition. You saw my why video really to help you get on stage faster, because that just lights me up. What Preston and I are hosting tomorrow's webinar, we're super excited, and it's really going to be a party. So we're looking forward to just having some fun with you all. We want you to bring questions. We want you to bring ideas. We want to be able to just share with you right on the spot how to brand yourself, the best way to brand yourself to start getting paid gigs. So come tomorrow, come join us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and let's have fun. Let's have a party. Let's get your questions answered. Let's give you some value, and let's just give you a little sample of what coaching, since we're also leading the first coaching call. So on November 14th, we're leading the first coaching call. So we're going to give you a sample of what that's going to be like. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a party. And we can't wait to share it with you.
So somebody asked in the chat, somebody asked a question. Can you tell us a little bit more about what this coaching is, right? Some people may not have really had coaching. Maybe you can give a little glimpse as to what's in your mind about that first coaching call, because you're the inaugural one.
Yeah, for sure. So go ahead, Jay.
Well, so coaching to me is, I have a coach. I have a coach. I coach people. And I think all coaches should definitely have coaching, right? And anybody great in their field, from Michael Jordan to Serena Williams to Oprah Winfrey, every one of those people has coaches, right? You don't make it to the top alone. You need another pair of eyes. It offers a different perspective. Coaching is that. We're removed from your perspective. We can see a different perspective and offer and contribute in that way. So anybody great on this planet, it doesn't matter if you were President Obama to Martin Luther King to Mother Teresa, you had a coach. They may not have said that they were coaches using that title, but they had a confidant. They had someone they could turn to and ask for support and ask for a different perspective to learn and grow with. So that's the kind of the way that I look at coaching. I look at it from my perspective of being a coach. I'm here to stand for your greatness. So in those moments when you feel like, I can't do this, I don't want to push forward, I see you as nothing but great and successful. So I'm here to just help you get to the next level, whatever that is for you. Right? Preston, you want to add something to that?
Dude, you killed it. Like this, let's take it to the next level, guys. Let's take it to the next level. All right. So tomorrow, same time, same place. We want to see all you guys back, and you're going to love it, man. Jay and I have been friends for, years, just flying now, right? So we almost talk the same language. We can finish off the sentences. So I'm telling you, tomorrow is going to be a blast. Get inside the group. You're going to really, really look forward to seeing, when we do our coaching calls. We're going to be partnering up with not just Jay and I, but with partnering with all these amazing training developers on, training executives on here, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. So
if you didn't, I just want to say, if you're watching this from Facebook and you didn't register for the webinar, you want to register for the webinar, because that's where we'll get to get your coachings. We can even bring you on if you want to come on live with us. But you want to register, so go to speakerspathway.com. Register right now for the training tomorrow. And if you just want to go ahead and sign up for Speakers Pathway, you can also do that there too. You go to speakerspathway.com/promo. So be sure to get registered for the webinar so we can have you in here. We can actually provide you some value with what you're dealing with right now.
So I want to give a shout out to you two gentlemen, because you really worked together on coming up with this, which I think is brilliant. Everyone we've shared it with thinks it's brilliant. And so, you know, it's about branding, right? And so can you give us, I know you're going to talk tomorrow, but I'd like just a little tidbit of something, just a little like.
No secrets. No secrets. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow.
I'm going to put you back on mute. So anything else you'd like to share with people about what's on your mind and what maybe some reflection on what Jim and I shared?
No, I think it's awesome. You guys, you'll get some great value on the call. You talk about the essence of, what we want to do. Everybody's on this thing. When we had that mastermind together, we're all together, and everybody is in here because we reached a certain point in our lives where we really want to give back. We want to give back. We want to share. We've gone through the trenches. We got beaten up. We've earned our stripes, and we want to try to make a difference. We want to make it a little bit easier for the next person. Right? We know it's not going to be completely easy, but if we can at least help warn them in advance and show you some of the techniques, by all means, that's what Speakers Pathway Coalition is all about. And I'm going to learn a lot from you guys as well, right? We're going to learn different training styles. People are going to bring different skills. I'm looking forward to giving a lot, but I'm looking to learn and participate with you guys as well.
So, we a lot of us have been to a lot of webinars, and I'll kind of remind you of this offer. People who have been on for this whole time, we put out what I think is a really great offer on the table. So you guys have been to a bunch of webinars. Any thoughts on for the people who are maybe on the fence or thinking, gosh, I'm not sure?
You know what? I just got to say, we are not promised tomorrow. Now is the time for you to take action for you. Like, this is a gift to yourself. Before the holiday season sweeps in and takes all of our money and maxes all of our credit cards, this is the moment for you to give the best gift you could give to yourself this season. And I say that with all sincerity. Why not start out 2019 crushing it, delivering your skills and talents, your knowledge, sharing it in a very big way, helping other people along the way. And ultimately, that's what we're all here to do, is to share what we know, really help everybody else get to their next best level, whatever that is for them, whether it's starting out right now or you're already on stages and you just want to take it to the next level, you want to make a bigger impact, whatever it is, it's possible. And you know what? Bottom line, there's nothing that's not possible with support, with community, with growing and learning together. Like, there's nothing that isn't available to you. So why not jump in right now? It's a money back guarantee. Don has already thrown in like a bazillion bonuses. I don't even know how many, but the bonuses don't even matter. Just just invest in yourself this one time. And I guarantee you, once you spend some time with all of the executive training directors here, you're going to be blown away at how powerful this is.
We've got a question. Someone said in the chat, give you a coaching example. Can you give a coaching example?
Okay, give us something to coach. What are you dealing with right now in the realm of public speaking?
All right.
Who asked the question?
Who asked that question? What is your struggle? We'll put you on the hot seat a little bit. Hot seat.
What's your struggle with public speaking?
Yeah.
Come on. I think I know that person too. So come on. I know some of your struggles, but I'm going to let you pull them out.
Okay. Is it okay? Is it okay with you guys while we're waiting for that? If I add one more bonus?
Go for it, man.
Okay. If I add one more bonus, I'm going to add a bonus. And I just kind of talked to Jim about this just before this. And this can go out to the people on Facebook and go, I want to make this so that people on Facebook have the same advantage as the people who are right here on this call. What I want to do is for the next person who signs up, they register to be a member, and they call me on my cell phone. They say, Don, I've registered. I'm totally in. I might even put you on speakerphone, okay? So the next person who calls my cell phone, it's 970-443-4307. That is my cell phone number, all right?
Repeat that one more time.
970-443-4307. So Monique or someone I think was going to put it in the chat. the first person who
Putting it
signs
now.
up and calls my cell phone and says, Don, I'm in, what I will give to you is, have you ever seen Bear Grylls? Anybody know who Bear Grylls is? He does these Into the Wild adventure things where he takes celebrities out in the mountains and, you know, they go over mountains and they rappel. And I will do a day with you in the Colorado mountains where I will take you on a Bear Grylls style adventure. But instead of eating slugs and worms, my wife is a chef. She'll cook for you. All right. So that is a $2,500 value. And that's for me. I offer that to the next person, registers, calls me on my cell phone. All right. Now we got, somebody says, not being an exciting speaker is the challenge.
Anybody want to take that? So here's what I would say is excitement is something that you can absolutely control yourself. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, you can turn it up, you can turn it down. It's about you being fully prepared for what you're talking about. Most of the time when people get nervous around public speaking or stage fright, it's often because they have it in their mind that they're not fully prepared, that in some way they're going to fail on stage. But one of the key and essential things to being a dynamic speaker, to being charismatic, to being exciting on stage, is to make sure that you're fully prepared. The beauty about Speakers Pathway Coalition and what we have to offer in the training is that there are courses specifically designed to help you get prepared. See, 90% of the work of being a charismatic, amazing speaker is done off the stage. It's not when you're on stage. On stage, you're just delivering. But it's the preparation that sets you up for being charismatic, being exciting, being dynamic as a speaker. When you're not prepared, myself included, when I don't feel fully prepared for a talk, I'm nervous, I'm in my head, I'm not fully present with the audience, and therefore not very engaging or exciting. So when you think about the next time you're on stage, make sure that you fully prepare. You practice, you rehearse, you go over your content. You make sure that you know your content forward and backwards so that when you do step in front of your audience, you can fully be present with them. Ultimately, it's about being present with the audience. That's how we would start a discussion about that.
And can I add something to that, Jay? Because I know it's your course. Part of being an exciting speaker is people love stories. We love stories. And so Jay has this course that's in Speakers Pathway Coalition membership area. That's about telling those stories. And there are techniques, Jay, right? I mean, you teach this stuff, specific techniques that makes those stories engaging. And so I just to add on top, layer of knowledge on top of knowledge, that's the feedback I would give. So how did that feel? How did that feel to you, person who asked the question about coaching? How did that feel to be coached a little bit? Just a couple minutes of this.
I got to thank you there. So great. I hope that was helpful. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. All right. Any other, actually I had a question and I'll pose this to the group. Someone asked the question, suppose I'm already out there speaking a bunch. I'm already, doing quite a bit of speaking, and I know who my audience is, and I've achieved some success in my speaking. It is, Speakers Pathway, is this a place for me?
Absolutely. It really is, because there is a lot of things that the speaker does not know. I mean, how do you get your name out there? How do you nurture people with the CRM? I mean, I didn't know anything about a CRM till I, came together with this group and met Sony Jackson. And, the information there, because you've got to be able to be actively in touch with people. You got to get your name out there. Otherwise, you're going to get lost in the crowd. And you can be just like the lady had the minimum viable product. You got a great product, you know what it would do for people, but if you don't get your message out there and you don't know how to get that message out there, you're dead. I mean, it's kind of like, and I like to share something that Les Brown said at a convention one time. I was standing over on the side and he says, "Where is the richest place on earth?" He asked the audience, and I'm standing there and I'm thinking, maybe I don't know, Abu Dhabi or somewhere. I'm thinking geographically. And he says, it's the cemetery, because that's where you're going to find all the books that were never written. That's where you're going to find all of the inventions that were never invented. That's where you're going to find, listen up, all of the dreams in a person's life that they never lived. And I've never forgotten that. And so I tell people, heads up and straightforward, for whatever you do in life, make sure you don't cheat yourself. Make sure you don't cheat your family. Make sure you don't cheat the people out of your riches that you can share with them to bless them in their life. That's why we're here.
That's awesome stuff. Preston, Jay, any thoughts on that?
You guys definitely, it's good. I'm very, very happy. I think I'm just getting pumped from mine tomorrow.
Here's my, I'll chime in my 2 cents. I guess my answer would be, if you're out there booking as more $15,000 paid stages than you can actually do, and if you have a physical product out there that you're selling and you can't keep them in stock, and if you've got a full coaching program, a full mastermind program, then maybe you can't learn a lot from Speakers Pathway, but maybe you're at that stage where you want to join because you want to give back. Maybe you want to join because you want to be part of this community to give back. So that's kind of what's in my mind when I read that question.
Well, my philosophy on learning and growing is it'll stop when I'm dead. So I can learn something from everyone, and I can grow from being in a community of like-minded individuals. And that's really what is one of the most appealing things about Speakers Pathway for me is the sense of community. That supportive, encouraging, nurturing community is not always available. And I'm really excited about building and creating that.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
I'd like to add one final thing, if I may, Don. I was talking to an individual, and they said, well, I'm just mainly interested in webinars and things like that. And I says, well, let me ask you a question. If you got an online audience, and I'm on stage, and I got a live audience, are we going to use the same speaking skills? Absolutely. Absolutely, because you've got to engage your audience. Now, when you're in front of a live audience, you're going to get real feedback, real-time feedback, and you'll know whether or not you're engaged with them. But online, you won't. And you may think you're a great speaker, but you're going to need some skills. And the thing that I really love about being a part of the Speakers Pathway Coalition is that we're family. I mean, we care about one another. And that's just going to domino right over into the members. And I tell people, hey, you got to have a home. You need a home on the internet if you're a speaker, and you need support, and you need good coaching, and you're going to need some good training on how to use some of the tools to enhance your career. That's what it's about.
Excellent. That's fantastic points, Jim. And I just want to remind for people who are still on, I do want to remind you about the offer that we made. It's a tremendous amount of value in the courses from the executive training directors, all extreme subject matter experts. In fact, it's rubbed off on me. I'm just like, oh my goodness, every time I get together with these folks, either one-on-one or as a team, it stretches me, it pushes me, and I'm a better person for it. I'm a better business person for it. And I have just loved being a part of this. So in hands with us. You want to be part of this community and have access to people like Jay, the training directors. I mean, join. I mean, it's a fantastic offer. Again, this is for the launch only at that introductory price. So, I would urge you to take action.
Yeah, speakerspathway.com/promo, right? That's where everybody can get involved.
Absolutely.
All right, and Preston and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So we're ready to have a party and have some fun.
Bring it on.
Well, it's always a party with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the party doesn't end till 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
There's always a party with you gentlemen.
When did you say that? When did you say that annual reunion we're gonna be having next year?
Oh, yeah.
Party.
I look forward to meeting you.
Absolutely.
Here's at the airport.
all I got to say is bring energy drinks for these gentlemen. Bring energy drinks. I've crashed and burned before, and they were like pulling me like a puppy by the back of my neck to stay awake. And that is going to be, it really is. Stage Warrior Live is going to be an incredible event. And it's just an example of what we're committed to. We're committed to creating opportunities for people to go from knowledge to skill. And it's I hate to say it, but the courses are great, but if they don't get practice and turned into skill, it doesn't mean anything. So, you know, that's just an example of how we're going to help you go from now, provide the knowledge and the skill. So we're getting very close to the bottom of the hour, and I want to respect everyone's time. I don't know about you, Jim, but I had a blast. I was bombing on the webinar. It was fantastic. And talking to you two gentlemen, I'm just thrilled. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I mean, seeing Preston and Jay on here and Monique and everyone, I mean, it was just the icing on the cake for me, because I got to tell a little story out of school real quick. When we were in Colorado Springs, Preston and Jay and Monique and Koji, they were so kind to let me be their personal chauffeur. I mean, I was just honored to do that.
Hey, we appreciate
you big time, Jim. We're like,
hey, brother.
We were leaving, like, man, I can't believe he did that.
Oh, piece of cake, brother. Piece of cake.
Awesome.
I mean, the time we spent together, the Joy and Jubilee, I didn't tell you then, but I should be paying you guys money to be your chauffeur.
So do you want to, you know, for people who, you know, are out there, do you want to miss that event? You know, it's going to be, you don't want to miss that event. I'll answer the question for you. So, you know, it's been an absolute blessing. Thanks for all of you who stayed around. I know this is quite a time. It's quite a duration. Jim, got a closing comment?
Yes, I just want to share with the people out there who are thinking about becoming a member, the Joy and the Jubilee and the family atmosphere and the fun that we have. We want to share that with you. Come and dine and feed your needs.
Excellent. I think that sums it up perfectly. All right. Peace out from everyone. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.